Sometimes our soul speaks to us not with words, but with images, those that instantly resonate within, evoking feelings, memories, and a subtle magnetic pull. Today, before you stand 4 bottles, but these are not simply vessels of perfume. Each is a symbol of a specific inner energy, a force currently active in your life. One bottle contains the impulse of passion and fire. Another carries the energy of gentleness, emotion, and trust. The third bears wisdom, maturity, and calm depth, while the fourth holds mystery, transformation, and inner magic that not everyone is ready to embrace. Don't analyze. Simply allow yourself to feel which bottle pulls you more strongly than the others. The external shine, shape, color, ornament are all merely reflections of what's happening in your soul right now. Whichever bottle you choose, that symbol will awaken within you. Choose one and discover what message the universe has left precisely for you.
If your attention was immediately drawn to the first bottle, tall, fiery, as if crafted from solar gold, it means that within you lives a force that hasn't dimmed for even a second, no matter how many trials you faced. You belong to those people who cannot be underestimated. Within you exists an inner heat that either warms or burns, but never remains neutral. Such a choice speaks of powerful life energy that awakens in you especially brightly in moments of change, crisis, or the necessity to make important decisions. You are a person of action, of impulse, of sincere experiences. You never live at half strength, never love halfway, never burn at a third capacity. If you give yourself to something, it's completely. You stand on the side of those who choose conscious intensity over safe emptiness. And even if sometimes this makes you vulnerable, it's precisely this emotional openness and honesty that allow you to live life more deeply, more brightly, more genuinely. The fiery elixir symbolizes willpower. In your case, this isn't simply strength. It's the ability to stand firm where others retreat and to move forward even when the road seems impassable. Your inner flame isn't aggression or chaos. It's your passion for life, your thirst for meaning, your need to feel that everything you do matters. You know how not just to begin, but to complete. And if you have a goal, you pursue it to the end, overcoming yourself, fears, and doubts. This choice also reveals your character. You are someone who influences others, sometimes without even noticing. Your presence is felt, your words are remembered, your gaze leaves a mark. You're like a spark that can ignite not only yourself, but those who find themselves nearby. You're capable of inspiring, motivating, shaking people awake, awakening them. Sometimes this quality evokes envy or misunderstanding, but that's only because not everyone knows how to live so vibrantly. The fiery elixir carries another important meaning, the capacity for transformation. Just as fire transforms one thing into another, you know how to change the form of your life. You can start everything anew, even when it seems impossible. You can renounce the old when you understand it no longer serves you. You can burn bridges not from spite, but from the necessity to move forward. And each time you pass through another inner transformation, you become stronger, wiser, and purer. Another aspect of your choice is honesty with yourself. People symbolized by this elixir rarely deceive themselves. They feel lies too acutely, sense too finely when something's being done against the soul. You're one of those who can endure much, but not emptiness. If there's no fire in your life, you begin to fade. If there's no meaning, you lose interest. If there are no emotions, you experience anxiety. You vitally need genuine, living energy, whether it's a vibrant pursuit, powerful feelings, or profound experience. Your choice also speaks of strong intuition. It's not soft or quiet in you. It comes as a flash, as an inner "I know" that's impossible to ignore. You know how to sense the right moments, make decisions quickly, and understand where the true path lies and where illusion dwells. Your inner flame is not only emotion, but also clarity. You can see essence even when it's hidden behind words, fears, or loud external circumstances. But there's an important warning. Fiery energy is beautiful, but requires careful handling. Sometimes you can burn out, sometimes exhaust yourself, sometimes allow yourself to explode before you have time to think. Your strength is great, but it can also become a weakness if directed to the wrong place. It's important for you to remember balance, breathing, pauses. Even fire needs air and space. And yet the main thing in you is the ability to kindle light where it's lacking. You can carry warmth, can illuminate the path, can transform the fading into the living and the gray into the bright. People who choose this bottle possess a rare quality, an inner solar core. It allows them to live not merely existing, but creating, feeling, giving. The fiery elixir is a symbol of your true nature, powerful, sincere, passionate, indomitable, and absolutely alive.
If you chose the iridescent silver sphere bottle, it means within you lives a rare combination of calm reflection and deep inner knowledge that cannot be explained by logic. This bottle seems crafted from metal of the future, but with memory of antiquity. Its smooth surface reflects light, just as your soul reflects all events passing through your life. You belong to those people who don't act impulsively. Your strength lies in observation, the ability to see beyond the obvious and catch subtle vibrations of what's hidden from most. This choice says you're someone who lives in the dimension of meanings, not in the surface of things. Sometimes you seem to others slightly distant or immersed in yourself, but this isn't about coldness. It's about the ability to be in your own inner space, where answers form that are more accurate than hasty reactions. You know how to sense when it's worth speaking and when to remain silent, when you need to step forward and when to wait until the situation itself shows the true direction. Within you exists a special maturity that comes not with years, but with depth of perception. The iridescent bottle symbolizes someone who thinks in layers. You see several paths of situation development simultaneously. When difficulties arise, you don't fall into chaos. On the contrary, you become more collected, as if your inner energy focuses more precisely. This quality isn't always understood by those around you, but it makes you someone capable of making decisions where others get lost. You're the one who sees structure in chaos, meaning in hints, patterns in randomness. Sometimes you even notice what hasn't happened yet, catching changes by the most subtle signals. The inner world of the person who chose this bottle is always richer than the external form of behavior. You may appear calm, reserved, collected, but within you lives an enormous universe of thoughts, images, ideas, sensations. You often feel that you understand people more deeply than they understand themselves. And it's precisely this that makes you cautious with words. You know that truth can be fragile and feelings vulnerable. You possess an innate intuition of analyst, mystic, and observer simultaneously. Such a person knows how to listen not only to words, but to pauses between them, to catch mood in space, changes in a person's state, hidden meaning in actions. Sometimes it seems to you that you're too sensitive, but in reality it's simply a level of perception that's not given to everyone. It's precisely this that makes you someone who can choose a path more consciously than others. The choice of the iridescent bottle is also the symbol of the ability to hold boundaries. You know how to be kind without dissolving, open yet invulnerable, attentive without being overloaded by others' experiences. Your sense of personal space is a powerful inner tool that protects you from unnecessary world noise. Sometimes you even create around yourself a sensation of light distance, not because you want to distance yourself, but because it's important for you to maintain clarity and inner order.
But this depth has its shadow too. Sometimes you can go too far inside yourself, rethinking, analyzing, comparing. It happens that you keep emotions to yourself because you consider it too early to speak before understanding them completely. But sometimes, precisely in this, emerges a trap. Sometimes feeling requires not analysis, but living through. And when you allow yourself not only to think, but also to feel freely, your energy becomes especially pure and strong. This bottle is chosen by those who came into this life with the task not simply to act, but to understand. Not simply to exist, but to study the depths of being, people, and one's own consciousness. You are a person of fine vibration, a person mirror, a person reflection of truth. The iridescent bottle shows that in your soul lives quiet but very powerful wisdom that with time will become your main gift for yourself and for the world.
If you chose the Emerald Alchemical Vial, it means within you lives a force that many underestimate, not noticing it immediately. This is the energy of growth, inner healing, and quiet but unyielding transformation. The vial is made of transparent deep green glass, as if carved from living crystal, and inside shimmers liquid resembling a mixture of light and mist. There's no sharpness in it, no flashes or storms, only slow, confident movement like the rhythm of nature's breath. This bottle is chosen by those who know how to look within themselves, hear their shadows, accept the past, and transform it into resource rather than anchor. You're someone who has lived through more than you speak aloud. In your soul exist traces of experience, depth, pain, victories. All this is interwoven into a unified pattern not always visible to others. People often see your softness, your carefulness, your delicacy, but rarely guess that within you lives enormous inner resilience. You don't break sharply, you bend, wait out the storm, step aside to avoid the blow, then grow even taller than before. This is natural alchemy about which this bottle speaks, the ability to transform life's trials into new wisdom, new strength, new depth. Perhaps now you're in a period when it seems much is stuck, as if the process of change moves too slowly. But the green vial reminds the greatest changes don't happen in flashes or spurts. They happen when something changes at the roots, at the foundation, deep beneath the surface. You're someone who transforms through accumulation of experience, through inner work, through small, nearly imperceptible steps that ultimately lead to enormous changes. And if sometimes it seems you're standing still, in reality, a powerful but quiet reconstruction is happening within you. Your emotions often flow like water, smoothly, deeply, not always noticeable, but always consciously. You know how to listen to signals of your body, your heart, your intuitive sensations. You don't deny your feelings, even the most complex, sadness, doubts, fatigue, longing for the past. You allow them to pass through you like through a transparent vial, and in this lies your unique wisdom. You don't run from yourself. You know how to be honest with yourself, and this is an enormous rarity. This bottle also speaks of your connection with nature. Perhaps it's important for you to be alone with trees, water, sky. Perhaps you feel renewal when you walk in silence, when you touch earth, when you hear wind. Everything natural energetically lifts you, and the green color of the vial seems to reflect your ability to be filled from sources that many don't notice. You're someone who knows how to heal yourself, others, and the space around you. You know how to speak words that land precisely in the heart. You have the ability to console, inspire, remind of what's important. People trust you with secrets, souls open to you. People feel that beside you they can relax and remove masks. Your energy is calm but strong, not pushy but stable, not loud but unforgettable. The Emerald Vial also points to your natural gift for reflection.
You know how to analyze your steps, remember experience, not to blame yourself, but to understand. This makes you someone who rarely repeats the same mistakes. You move forward slowly but correctly. You have your own pace, your own path, your own logic, and you don't need to compare yourself with others. You walk a road that only you can handle. There's another important facet of your character. You know how to wait, not in the sense of passivity, but in the sense of inner knowing that everything has its time. You feel when it's time to act and when it's better to stop. You don't rush into chaos, don't create drama, don't seek unnecessary excitement. The path of gentle transformation is closer to you, gradual unfolding, like a plant that knows when it's time to grow and when it's time to rest. The choice of this vial shows that now your soul is in the process of restoration or inner reconstruction. Perhaps you've come to a moment when you want to leave behind something old, a habit, fear, relationship, or role that no longer corresponds to you. You're preparing for a quiet but very important birth of a new version of yourself. Don't hurry, everything will come. You're already moving. This bottle tells you you're stronger, wiser, and deeper than you think. Your heart is a place where true alchemy happens, and everything you've lived through will one day become not burden, but a source of light.
The Shadow Amphora of Night is a bottle chosen not by those seeking easy answers, but by those who long ago understood light is only half the truth. The other half hides in shadow, in silence, in those soul depths where a person rarely dares to look. This vessel doesn't frighten with its darkness, but on the contrary, attracts like an invitation to enter your own inner world, where everything hidden becomes visible. And if you chose precisely this bottle, it means you belong to those who have learned not to fear depth, in yourself, in others, in existence itself. This bottle speaks of someone who perceives life not superficially, but in layers. You don't take everything at face value. You know how to see motives, causes, hidden intentions, emotional undercurrents. You sense when words diverge from tone, when a smile masks pain, when silence means far more than speech. This isn't simply intuition, it's the ability to read the night, to understand its language. You seem created for dark rooms, for endless dialogues about meaning, for conversations where people first dare to be honest. In your presence, one cannot pretend. You sense what's true. Those who choose the Shadow Amphora of Night have often passed through difficult experience where it was necessary not simply to survive, but to become stronger, deeper, wiser. You know the price of fragility, but also understand the strength born in moments of silence. You know how to remain in solitude without feeling emptiness. Solitude for you isn't punishment, but space where you gather thoughts and return yourself to yourself. Many people fear being alone with themselves, but you don't. You see beauty in this silence. This is your inner gift, the ability to find meaning where others hear only dark noise. People sense you as deep water. You don't catch the eye, don't strive to be bright, don't seek attention, but those who come closer understand within you is hidden astonishing strength that manifests not loudly but confidently, softly, yet inevitably. You may be the one who listens, but this doesn't make you weak. On the contrary, you gather within yourself what others cannot hold: emotions, revelations, fragile confessions. You're someone trusted even by those who trust no one. You don't judge, don't pressure, don't demand, and it's precisely this that makes you special. The choice of the dark bottle speaks to the fact that you long ago understood. True transformation happens at night, when the road isn't visible, when only sensations remain, when you must rely on inner compass. You know how to pass through changes, not by external efforts, but by internal maturing. You don't fear your shadow, you know how to speak with it. And whoever has tamed their own darkness no longer fears others. You possess a rare quality, emotional endurance. You're hard to break because no storm will catch you off guard. You're always ready to meet it with open eyes. This bottle reflects people who like night not as time of day, but as a state of soul. You seek depth in music, meanings in words, symbols in randomness. You know how to see beauty in dark shades, in the folds of rain clouds, in the depths of evening streets, and in the voices of those who speak in whispers. You notice nuances that others pass by. You know how to feel silence as an independent language, and know there's no emptiness in it. Truth lives there. The Shadow Amphora of Night also speaks of your transformational strength. You're capable of changing yourself from within, without loud declarations, without destruction, without chaos. You understand that the path to yourself isn't quick or simple, but you walk it honestly. You don't fear dark emotions, sadness, fear, anxiety. You know how to live through them rather than hide them. And it's precisely this skill that makes you strong. You're one of those who knows that to see your own light, you must first pass through shadow layers. If you chose this bottle, know, within you lives a rare ability to understand the world not only with mind, but with deep inner vision. You feel what others only guess. You see paths where for many there are dead ends. You know how to accept your complexity, and this makes you whole. You are a person of night vision, someone who synthesizes wisdom from all shades of human experience, and this makes you someone capable of going far, into your own heart, into destiny, into the lives of other people.
Each of these bottles isn't simply a beautiful vessel. It's a symbol of your inner alchemy, that force quietly working within you every day. We're accustomed to thinking that answers lie somewhere in the external world, in others' words, in events, in circumstances. But truth always lives deeper, in what we choose intuitively, in what resonates with the heart before we manage to explain why. If you felt drawn to the Fiery Elixir, perhaps now your soul needs action, forward movement, courage to begin and continue. If you were enveloped by light of the iridescent spherical bottle, sensitivity is unfolding in you, fine perception of the world, pure intuition that cannot be ignored. If you chose the Emerald Alchemical Vial, healing, kindness, and quiet harmony capable of changing everything around through gentle force are ripening within you. And if your gaze stopped on the Shadow Amphora of Night, you're entering a period of deep self-knowledge into alliance with your own shadow, where your true power and wisdom are stored. This choice isn't a sentence or a seal. It's a momentary snapshot of your inner state. Perhaps tomorrow you'll feel the energy of another bottle within yourself. And this is normal. We change, grow, pass through stages, transition from light to shadow, from action to rest. And all this is normal, natural, correct. You are an entire alchemical laboratory. You are an eternal process of transformation. You are a journey that never stands still. Thank yourself for making this choice honestly and intuitively. And remember, true elixirs don't live in glass vessels, but within us, in our thoughts, feelings, decisions, and quiet insights that appear at the most unexpected moment. May your path be luminous, deep, and sincere. And may each new choice open to you yet another facet of your own soul.